Hello, everybody. Victor DePonte here, founder of the Mindflex system, and I am giving you guys an update. So whether you are old or whether you are new in this mind flexing game, I'm going to demonstrate to you what you need to learn, what you need to do now, from now on, to get the most out of your mind flexing process, right? Or practice, okay? One thing, the most important mind flex is to always flex your mind into that transcended state. You as the omnipresence, not as the limited body, not as the finite mind, but you as the absolute reality that has power and ultimate dominance over this instrument, over this vehicle. That is the fundamental mind flex, and let's make the physical activity an extension of that consciousness that we are basically telling this body what to do and how to mold and shape itself around our consciousness, right? So what we're going to do is mind flex, physically flex our body over, which opens up our life energy channels and accelerates and amplifies whatever our consciousness is. So if our consciousness, our attention is on this state, the pure state of no intention and no desire, of pure love and limitless possibilities, then the body is going to have to, by force, really by position, by sheer mechanics, it's going to automatically, and by its nature and its adaptive nature, it's going to be adapting to it, because this instrument is an adaptation machine. It molds itself around your consciousness, right? It is simply a reflection of your consciousness. And we are simply accelerating that adaptation response, giving, in many ways, this is a sacred act of giving up our energy and sacrificing our vital forces for what we really are, bringing greater alignment to the body. So I'm going to demonstrate to you the simple phases of this process, which has extended from 4 minutes to about 6 to 8 minutes. In the series, typically what we do now is about 8 minutes. And the reason why is because once you have gone through 2-3 minutes of the fundamental mind flex position, which is always a flexion exercise, once you really manifest the blockage that arises in the leg, and you've exerted that much energy, and you've made the blockage manifest very intensely and persistently throughout the leg, we don't want to just leave it just because 4 minutes came up and you're done, but still a lot of the blockage remains. We don't want to just leave that hard-earned manifestation of the blockage there. We want to be able to continue and see to it that we can get the most out within about 8 minutes, which is about more or less maybe 10. Some of you real warriors may want to go beyond that. 10 or 15 minutes, of course, is possible, but around the 8-minute mark is when you typically are just due for a rest, right? Regardless of how much you've gotten out, right? But the positions that you're going to see, what happens is once you manifest the blockage really powerfully, and you feel the pain and the pressure, then you transition. So there's 2 phases. First phase is really manifesting the blockage. In other words, focusing on what you do want, and then allowing the resistance that arises, the blockage that arises, making it manifest really powerfully in your leg by the sheer mechanics and the intention of the process. It happens by default. Okay, that's phase 1, is really getting it to manifest strongly, where you are, it takes you out of the position. And once you have to come up right? Or take a little break. Then we go to phase 2, and phase 2 of this Mindflex process, it's a much less energy intensive exercise, but now you are gently working through the blockage, picking a leg, whichever leg feels more the resistance or the blockage or the pain, right? Whichever leg feels the pain most, you isolate that one. I'm going to show you how to isolate that one and go through the final 5 to 6 minutes working on one leg to make that blockage dissolve completely. Hopefully, many times by 8 minutes, you can generally create at least what you're focused on, dissolve it to a very, very large degree, a very satisfying degree. Okay? So, first, the basic Mindflex position, how you are going to start every Mindflex round is by either two legs, feet shoulder width, a bit further than shoulder width apart, and you are just flexing forward with your knees bent, okay?